Man, it's so weird to me that of all the topics I've ever talked about, circumcision is, for whatever reason, the most touchy object. Like, people lose their fucking minds over it. It's kind of insane how deep rooted this is in our society. It's kind of bizarre, man. But holy shit. So I guess we'll get into it at some point. No, I just need to, I guess, better clarify my standpoint on the issue, because apparently, 1,000 posts with fucking screen caps and trying to articulate isn't enough for people to understand the point that you're trying to convey. So maybe words spoken from a mouth, language, maybe that'll resonate. Bruh, all I know is circumcision is literally pointless. You're literally snipping a part of your child's penis for the only reason that later in life their wife will not be grossed out by their penis. And the only reason the wife would be grossed out is because society says that their penis is not normal, bro. The fact that when men are born into the world, that you're already removing a part of their body, you are literally saying that men are born imperfect, flawed, unclean. It's so already it's a moral and philosophical issue right there, right off the get. But if you want to go into the psychological and the physical aspects of what circumcision does, you can literally take 5 minutes in a really quick basic ass Google search and you will see multiple different studies and that all fucking support the same idea that circumcision causes PTSD in an infant's brain. We know that the first few years of a child's life are the most important because that's when they take in all the information, because their brain is growing at such a crazy rate. So if one of the first experiences your child has after coming out of the womb, which is already a traumatic experience, is having a part of their body removed, I think it's safe to say that that might have some sort of consequences in the development of their brain. That's the entire point. You're taking a huge risk for something that's cosmetic only. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I just don't think there's a debate on this subject at all. I don't think religion is a way to justify it either. To me, bro, it's just weird as fuck. It's pedophilic as fuck. The fact that it's just normal for us to remove a part of our baby's sexual organs, that, bro, is weird. And the fact that that the hospitals turn around and sell foreskins to makeup companies so they can experiment and make different kinds of products, bro, that shit is weird as fuck. They literally found a way to make money off of your baby's circumcision. I mean, I guess that's America, right? Capitalism, right? Bruh, it's weird. And it's gross, and it's not something you can defend. It really isn't. I'm sorry, but there's just no debate. The studies showed that what I'm saying is correct, that circumcision does cause PTSD. And we know that PTSD doesn't just magically go away. We know that PTSD is a gateway mental illness. It opens the door for other forms of mental illness, such as social anxiety, paranoia. There's even some studies that show that it causes heart disease, among other physical fucking illnesses and diseases. That amount of stress on a child that young is unnecessary. It's not your body, it's not your choice, it's not your decision or the doctor's decision to be made. If you want to get snipped as a grown-ass man, that is none of my or anybody else's business. But you should have the choice. You should have the option, and you shouldn't just have a part of your body removed as soon as you're born. I'm sorry, but it's none of y'all's business, but I will never know what sex was meant to feel like. I'll never know. And, that's just weird to me. Why? Why do we live in a society that just makes that decision for me? It's because we live in a Christian society, and religion, Christianity, deems sex as bad. It's shameful. So yeah, it makes sense to me why they would remove our fucking foreskins, because it makes it less pleasurable, less enjoyable. That's the same reason that they remove female genitalia. That's the same reason that female circumcision happens. And before anybody says, well, they're two different things, shut the fuck up. They're both genital mutilation, okay? They should both be outlawed and they should both be banned. It's as simple as that. It's fucking gross. Did you know that there's certain sects of Judaism where the Jewish priest, the rabbi, will literally suck the blood out of the baby's penis after the circumcision is done? Did you know that? He literally puts his mouth on the baby's genitals to do that. But that's normal, right? That's acceptable because this is America and we just do these things without actually questioning or thinking why it is that we do them. No, it's wrong. It's gross. And you cannot justify it, bro. Just 2 months ago, there was a fucking Jewish rabbi performing this certain religious circumcision. He gave these babies fucking, like, the human papilloma virus or some shit. He gave them HPV. All right, that's just, one bizarre circumstance. Okay, fair point. What about all the botched circumcisions? You know that the foreskin is there so that it works as like a form of lubrication so that it's easier to have sex, so that your dick doesn't get all dry and cracked out and fucking flake apart and cracked and scab and sorry and bloody, bro. And and that's not even like, you don't even have to fuck the circumcision up for that to be the case. But there are plenty of men out there who have had to have reconstructive surgeries on their penises because it is extremely easy to botch a fucking circumcision. You realize when they cut that skin off, they literally just let it sit there and fester for days. They put like a fucking ointment on it. Sometimes. Other than that, bro, they just let that shit sit there for days. Like, bro, fuck that. When I have my son, I am not circumcising him. If he wants to do that later in life, that's his choice, and it's none of my business. But it's not my choice, or his mother's choice, or the doctor's choice to have that done. It's his choice. It's his body. That's what this is about. It's not about religion. It's not about just fucking going against what everybody says is normal. It's about giving people the rights to their own fucking bodies. The fact that we live in an circumcision is a religious practice. There are no medical benefits to circumcision at all. And you can throw that fucking, well, actually, it decreases the chance of penis cancer. Stop you right there. I've never fucking heard of anybody having penis cancer, okay? I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect your likelihood of getting penis cancer. Maybe because there's more skin, so there's more chance. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. God damn. All right, second point that they like to make. Having your foreskin removed decreases the chances of sexually transmitted infections. I love when people like to confuse STDs and STIs, by the way. Do some fucking homework. Bro, we have soap. It is 2020, you fucking idiots. We have soap. You literally just lift up the flap and you scrub that bitch. It's not that hard. Like, that's part of the problem also. We live in a society that does not take hygiene seriously. People complain about wearing fucking masks. They'll cough into their fucking hands and touch everything. You people are fucking gross. That's part of the problem. We need better education as far as cleanliness and hygiene. That's part of the issue right there. But do not tell me that it decreases the chance for urinary tract. Bro, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a goddamn idiot. Learn how to fucking use soap. Thank you. All right, so that's literally it. There is no other reason to circumcise your child than for cosmetic purposes. We were born with it, so why are you just removing it? Fuck that. Let them make the decision. And if they want to, as a grown adult, after 18 years old, it's not my fucking business at all whatsoever. I could give a shit less. But infant circumcision is the point, and that is wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Unless it is a necessary procedure because the foreskin is literally closed up, it's wrong. Unless it is a life-saving procedure, wrong. Oh, it's because it looks normal and that's what your baby daddy has, he's snipped. Wrong. Sorry. Wrong. It's not fucking right. It's not right. All the studies show that it does negative things to a baby's brain, but you're still arguing with me because it's just what we've done. It's just normal. No. Gain some intelligence, please, okay? Do a little bit of research. Swallow your fucking pride and admit that you're wrong. It's okay to admit you're wrong. All I'm saying is that if you have done the research and you still continue to think that that's acceptable, you're a sexist. Among other things. But at the very least, you are a sexist. Because guess what? We don't circumcise females anymore. Why? Because it's genital mutilation. Because it's just wrong. But as soon as it's a guy, as soon as it's males, it's normal. Shut the fuck up. I'm so happy I don't have my turtleneck. I got snipped. Yeah, bro, circumcised. Pfft, shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. Like, you are a fucking moron. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you enjoy your circumcised dick. But what about all the people else out there? Like, what about everybody else who got their shit fucked up? What about the people that can't even get an erection? It's real shit, man. It's an unnecessary risk that literally only makes your penis look different for the happiness of your wife later in life. Like, what? Stop. Just fucking stop. Shit makes zero sense. Zero. And I'm sorry, but the entire origin of circumcision to begin with is religious, as I've already said. Literally, Abraham apparently was told by God in a vision, remove the dick skin from your sons. Blah. So he did. And a couple of them left because they were like, this shit is fucked up. He's trying to cut my dick off. thousands of years ago, bro. Thousands of years ago. And we still do this shit like it's normal. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck about your religion. So don't push that shit on me. It should be illegal. Circumcision on an infant child, unless it's a life-saving procedure, should be illegal. Because again, I know all you pro-choicers out there, all you fucking people, my body, my choice. You know what? I agree. I think it is a woman's right to an abortion. I think that a woman should have the right to get her tubes tied. Both of these are reproductive issues. But just because my foreskin doesn't affect my ability to procreate, to reproduce, does not mean it's not a reproductive issue, you fucking moron. Because the last time I checked, a penis is a reproductive organ. So, it's actually, you got the terminology wrong. It's actually autonomy rights. Fuck off. I don't care, you moron. You are seeing and agreeing with everything I'm saying, but yet you still want to fucking argue terminology. Shove the terminology up your ass, you fucking troglodyte. Or maybe, I guess I'm the troglodyte in this situation, because I refuse to bend to the politically correct terms. Fuck you, shove it up your ass. That's all I have to say to you. Like, I don't give a shit. You are as bad as the All Lives Matter people. You're literally only ever throwing that shit out there when somebody has a point to make. So the point has been made, motherfuckers. Like, that shit is wrong, and if you do that to your kids, I'm sorry, but you need charged. You need charged. Like, my parents, bro, I'm sorry, but like, they probably weren't even educated on it. Most parents probably aren't educated on the actual risks, because I have seen there are some fucking medical journals out there that are like, yeah, the risks are non-existent. It's really, it reduces the risk for cancer and it's for sexually transmitted infection. If you actually look at legitimate studies, if you look at multiple studies, you'll find that more often than not, they can find that there is no benefit to circumcision. None. The numbers are literally the same as having a foreskin. But it looks like an earthworm. All right, bitch, then go turn lesbian, be gay. I don't know. Like, if you are literally It says a lot about society if you are willing to walk away from a man because he has an extra piece of skin on his body. Like, come on. Shallow as fuck. At the very least, that's shallow. But it's just like, we got a big problem with hypersexualization in our society. So hear me out real quick on this. Maybe men are so crazy. Maybe men experience basically every other type of mental illness like 10 times more than women. Maybe men experience depression at like 2 times or like 5 times the rate that women do. Or maybe men kill themselves like 10 times more than women do. Maybe it's all connected. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I could be just talking bullshit and it's not correlated at all. It's not. The studies will show that everything I just said literally doesn't affect one another in any way. Potentially. Okay? But that's the thing. We haven't done studies on the long-term effects of circumcision. So we don't know. So you can't tell me I'm wrong. And I can't say that I'm right. Because I don't know. But I want to see the studies. I want to see something. Because the fact of the matter is there are more women than men in the United States. But men take up most of the violent crime. They take up most of the suicides. They take up most of the addiction. They take up most of the mental illness. Why is that? I don't know, but the fact that there's a medical procedure done on the majority of men in the United States that causes PTSD, and PTSD causes other mental illnesses, maybe they're connected. I'm just going to assume that it's a safe bet that might have something to do, that might, even if it's like a fucking domino chain reaction, and that's the very first thing, I'm going to assume that it has something to do with why men are men in our society and why we die so much younger, why we kill ourselves so much more, why we kill each other so much more. Like, there's something there, and you're an idiot if you refuse to accept that. There is no defending circumcision at this point. 0. So when these studies, if they ever do finally come out, and they do prove me right, and you're still going to circumcise your kid, you should be charged as a pedophile. But right now, we just simply don't know enough, unfortunately. So I guess it's just going to continue to be normal, and we can't really do much about it. But once the information is available, and it is proven that there is a link between everything I just mentioned, then, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your religion, fuck what you want to do to your child. Bro, I literally had a bitch tell me on Facebook the other day these are her exact words. And yes, it's taken out of context, but still, she said, and I quote, "What I want to do with my son's penis is none of your business." Bitch, somebody called child services? Like, what? What? It is. It is. When you are doing something like that, like, it's not right. It's the law's business. At least it should be. It's just morally wrong, bitch. It is a cause for concern, what you do with your son's penis. Let's just be very clear. That's not normal, and that's not a normal thing to say. That's disgusting. Gross. Grotesque. But yet these are normal people that think like this. It's not acceptable. I personally believe that circumcision is only prevalent because we live in a society that hates men. Like, look, women have their own unique struggles and hardships, just like men have their own unique struggles and hardships. I'm not here to say that women have it any easier or any harder than men. Just like I'm not here to play victim card like I have it harder than a woman. No, that's not how this works. We have our own struggles and hardships that society forces upon us, and they literally play hand in hand with one another. So I refuse to play that game. So all these fucking meninists out there who don't do shit, fuck you. All these feminists out there who don't do shit but just hate on men, fuck you. Bro, I don't have a problem with men. I don't have a problem with women. I have a problem with stupid people. That's my problem. So, I guess if I say any more on the subject, I'm going to be reiterating and repeating myself. But I just don't think that it's that much of a stretch to think that an early sexual trauma like that could manifest itself later in life. It doesn't seem like that much of a leap, bro. Like, it's an intense, extreme sexual trauma, and you don't have to remember it for it to change the chemicals in your brain and to change how your brain is wired. Like, we know this. This is science at this point. We can prove this much. So, yes. Eat shit and die. For all I fucking care. Like, maybe that's a bit extreme. But, like, there's just no argument. And for the bitches out there making fun of dudes who do have their foreskin, fuck you. I feel truly sorry for your sons. I feel truly sorry for your husbands, for the men in your life, because it's true, it is apparent that you don't give a shit about men and the struggles that they might face. So, you know what? The only thing that's going to truly solve any of this is if men and women start working together. So, honestly, fuck meninism, fuck feminism. We need to find some sort of, like, middle ground where it's like, we're working together. Because believe it or not, yes, there are ways to be toxic. There's a lot of ways to, for toxic masculinity to flourish. And one of those ways are women helping to elongate this circumcision dilemma, who make fun of people who try to, point out people like me who try to point out their opposing views. Well, you must not have been circumcised. Bro, some of the comments I get are just so disrespectful and rude and disgusting. Like, honestly, bitch, it's none of your business. Any of this down here, it's none of your fucking business. I'm allowed to have my own ideas and thoughts because I'm a human being. And whenever I see that something wrong is happening, I'm going to speak up on it, as more men should. Because this idea that men should just be these stoic, silent fucking warriors who just face off against their inner demons all by themselves, fuck that, dude. I'm a human being. I have emotions, I have feelings, I have needs, and I want to be heard. And I want my fucking son to be heard. And I want my son to grow up in a world where he has the choice to his own fucking body, and that anybody that tries to force upon him that everlasting permanent change is a wrong person. And they are seen and viewed as a wrong person, as a threat to him. Because that's what you are when you try to bring that shit to me. You are a threat. You are a threat to people making their own decisions. You are a threat to children. You're literally as fucking bad as like the Epsteins because you just do this shit to children without even thinking about the consequences. Y'all are so annoying with this shit. Obviously, if the shoe fits, fucking wear that bitch. And if it doesn't, don't wear it. But there's no talking to these people. None. Like, bro, I have no ill will towards my parents for getting circumcised. Zero at all. Zero. But I just wish that we lived in a society where they were better educated on what it meant and what it could possibly do to my brain. Because I don't know if it did affect me. I don't know, but I know that I'm crazy as fuck. I know that I have severe depression. I know that I have PTSD. I have social anxiety and a plethora of other sub-forms of anxiety and other forms of mental illness. And I think I had a fairly kind of normal childhood. So I just want to know, okay? And I think I have the right to know, considering a part of my body was removed. I think that all men have a right to know, and I think that we need to start taking this seriously and start doing the studies so that we can say for sure what is what, so that motherfuckers like me can shut the fuck up and y'all don't have to listen to it. But until these studies are done, until somebody answers my fucking questions, I'm not going to give up. It's as simple as that. So have a great day. Please do some research on circumcision and don't get your son circumcised. Thank you.